Hi everyone, welcome to an amazing reading of Our America. We use this in a project in my art class. This is chapter 25. Students, go ahead and make a key at the top corner. Okay, you are going to be looking for three main things. The ideal America. So that is one American perspective. Everything in America is perfect, good, absolutely awesome, great. It's the land of opportunity, right? Stars. The real America, which is sort of a little bit more in line with, like kind of like an honest perspective of the struggles. And I just want to say, like, the ideal America, that could be the real America too, right? But the real America is kind of like more of the struggling America. It really depends on your perspective. Okay? And then the next one is like, I agree with this statement, or it hits home. Okay? And I don't know if you're going to disagree with anything, because this is a really good chapter, but maybe you could do a zigzag if you disagree. I'm going to do like a purple or a blue for I agree. Okay, I am going to do a red for the real America. And then I'm going to do green for the ideal America, thinking of this idea of growth and opportunity. And just, I don't not believe in the ideal America, right? But, the truth is, and the enduring understanding of this unit is we all have different perspectives, right? So we're learning how to draw on perspective, but perspectives is also how we see something, right? Whether we see a cube from the bottom, you don't have to write this part, guys, or the top, right? We're all standing in different places in our lives, and we see America in one way, but just remember it's our America. So let's see if I can get this reading done. Hello, this is Lee Allen Jones with the last chapter. It's November 19th, 1996, and I want to leave you with some final words about our America. Oh my goodness. I didn't have it on camera. I'm sorry. So I really agree with this idea that we all are part of America. Now, you don't have to color what I color. You can color something different. So what I want to see through this exercise is you doing your own coloring. We live in two different Americas. Oh, okay. I agree with that. Maybe I'm gonna, go ahead, write a question. Maybe I will write, what does this mean? Is it the ideal America and the real America? So we're annotating. Again, doesn't need to look exactly like mine, but you're showing me your thinking. In the ghetto, our laws are totally different. Our language is totally different. So I think like ghetto, I'm just like, I haven't heard that word in a really long time. But, I think of, I don't know what I think of. Like, do I think of South LA? I'm not really sure. I don't. Do I think of homelessness? I'm not really sure what this means. It's a strange word that I haven't seen in a while. If you're not sure, I know that this may have to do with real America. Maybe you think, maybe you don't. But this is an interesting word, so I'm going to circle it. So if it's ever a word where you're not sure, it catches your eye and you have more questions, I would circle it. Our language is totally different. So when I think our language, I kind of think like of home language, right? Home language and code switching. I've only felt African American. Okay. So maybe you agree with this statement. I've only felt Mexican. I've only felt Mexican American. I've only felt Guatemalan. I felt like an immigrant. So maybe that rings home for you. Okay, I'm going to slide down. Again, pause, take a breather, catch up. An American is supposed to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of prosperity, right? Opportunity, like you can get what you want, and happiness. So to me, like these words makes me think of this idea of like this ideal America, right? So this is kind of like the American dream. As an African American, I have experienced, but as an African American, okay, so I guess I'm realizing that the author is African American, or maybe the speaker of this piece. But as an African American, I am due pain, poverty, stress, and anxiety. As an African American, I have experienced beautiful things. Okay, so we all have experienced beautiful things, right? So I don't know, I'm underlining that in green, and I really agree with that, right? Like, yes, we've all experienced beautiful things in this life, but the majority of the things I've experienced are not beautiful, right? And that's kind of like the reality for so many people in America. And I don't even have it as bad as most. There are millions of young men and women living the struggle harder than me. As children, they have to make day-to-day decisions about whether to go to school or whether to go to the corner and sell drugs. Wow. I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of agree, right? But I'm going to circle it because this is really making me think. As children, they know that there may not be a tomorrow. Wow, that's true. Real America. Why are African American children faced with the dilemma? The word dilemma, great word, means problem. Problem. At such an early age. Why must they look down the road to a failure that they may, a future they may never see, right? So it's hard to envision this ideal America for so many, especially for a person of color. What have my people done to this country to deserve this, right? So if this rings true to you, this rhetorical question, maybe you want to go ahead and put a star, a question. Sorry, I'm going to slide down. What have my people done to deserve this? Okay, so let's go ahead, pause. Again, yours does not need to look like mine, okay? But idealism, perfection, green. If you feel like it's true, red. If you agree with this statement, purple. Write thoughts and questions in the margins. Guys, thanks for pausing. We're going to move on. And yet, I am supposed to feel American. So if you feel like it's hard to feel American, maybe you want to underline it. And yet, I am supposed to feel American. So twinkles. I am supposed to be patriotic. So the word patriotic has to do with kind of like you're faithful with America. Patriotic. So you support the USA, right? Support America. Like we're supposed to support America. And, you know, it's hard sometimes if your perspective of America is kind of like real. If you have these negative experiences, sorry, so I colored that the wrong color. So this idea of being patriotic, and we all support America would fall underneath the ideal America. I am supposed to love this system, okay? The idea that it's a system makes it real. That has been detrimental. Okay, the word detrimental means like damaging. So detrimental to the lives of my people. So if you agree, now is that real? Is that real or is that ideal? You probably say real. So it has been detrimental to the lives of my people. If you agree with this statement, can you just stop and go ahead and put some stars? Like if it's been detrimental to the lives of your people. If you feel like America. Now, when I think my people, like I'm thinking ancestors. So if you feel like the way America really is has hurt your ancestors, maybe you want to agree with that. Maybe you won't. 1 second, let me get my advisory in. It's hard for me to say how I'm an American when I live in second America. So this is a very interesting idea, second America. So I just want to pause for a second, and in a box, or you could turn to your partner, I want you to explain, what do you think the author means by second America? Right? So this idea of second America. So turn to your partner. What do you think second America means? You can pause the video if you want to think, if you want to pause and think about what second America means. And America, so like some of you may have said like second America is like real America, right? So it's this idea that like it's an America that doesn't wave the red, white, and blue flag with 50 stars and 50 states. So maybe you could color it whatever color you want. An America that doesn't wave, right? So maybe like doesn't is more red. And it's okay if you're coloring different colors. I want to see the struggle on your paper. So like there are people that don't support America. And they think of it as a second America, whatever you put. Like what are some things when you guys think of second America? Like the real America? What are some words that come to your mind? I'm asking you for real. You guys sit and think about that. Like why would someone not wave the flag, right? And a lot of that evidence is up here. Now, looking ahead to our project, red, white, and blue flag, right? That's a symbol of the ideal America, right? So I like thinking ahead, like I am going to do this project where I feel about America. A red, white, and blue flag, that would be a symbol of an ideal America with 50 stars and 50 states. But a lot of people may not feel that way. So maybe you're coloring that in a different color. So you could see with our annotation, it's getting more and more complex. Right? What is real? What is ideal? What do you agree with? And you should be developing your perspective. So if you are just copying what I am doing, I want you to stop and be like, well, maybe I shouldn't, because maybe I don't think like Miss Copera. Maybe I disagree. I live in a community that waves a white flag. Okay, we're going to stop. What might a white flag symbolize? Like in the war. In the war, when they wave a white flag, what is it a metaphor for? So surrender. So I'm here with my advisory and they know, right? So why might people surrender in America? I'm just writing this really big and bold right down here. Sorry to my people on the video. Surrender. Is that real America or is that the ideal America? It's up to you. It's your perspective. If you feel like you've seen people in your community surrender, then maybe the white flag is a metaphor that you are going to have inside of your perspective project. Because we have almost given up. Okay, is that your America? Do you feel like you've almost given up? Do you feel like you've almost given up? My advisory doesn't know what to say. If you agree with this, then go ahead, highlight that. And it doesn't have to be you, but you've seen people give up. I know I've seen people give up, right? So I ask my advisory again, what do you think second America is? What does the author mean by second America? Okay, so they've given up on their country? Given up on, you say the person? Oh, given up on the first America, the ideal America. Or people who disagree with America. Maybe like you disagree with the American dream, with the dream. It's like, wait, this isn't working. Okay, so you feel like pause your video here, kind of like catch up with annotating. But again, you shouldn't be annotating exactly what I'm doing. Okay, turn the page. Oh, there's more to read. In a community where on the walls, the names of the fallen comrades of war. So fallen comrades of war, you decide if that's real or fake. A comrade is a friend. So raise your hand. How many of you have seen friends fall in this country? How many? Die? Yeah. Yeah, you've seen people die. Maybe not close friends, but people in your community. I live in Second America. So I think by Second America, we're thinking about this idea of real America. If you agree with that, maybe you want to put some stars, right? With your I agree color. I live in Second America. And maybe your project is going to be about the real America. I live here not because I chose to, but because I have to. I hate to sound militant, but this is the way I feel. Okay, if you feel that way, go ahead and highlight. I wonder sometimes, why am I alive? What is my purpose? Okay, militant, I forgot to say, is like a soldier. Like you're going to war. Like you feel like you're in war. So if you, sorry, you can't see that on the camera. So the word militant means war or soldier. So if you feel like being in America is like a war, then maybe you want to highlight that. I wonder sometimes, why am I alive? What is my purpose? Okay, hopefully you guys don't agree with that, but some people in the real America may have doubts, right? Having doubts about America. So again, we're doing this close reading so we can find our perspective, how we see America. What is ringing true to you? And I can always find a reason. Okay, so if you can always find a reason to live, then you would go ahead. Hopefully, almost all of you agree with that. But for a kid whose mother is a crack addict, okay, is that real America? Is that the second America or the first America? Second. Crack addict and who doesn't have a father, second or first America? Doesn't have a father, second or first? Some people don't have dads. Second. And doesn't have a meal at night, second or first America? And has holes and issues, second or first America? So continue, I'll pause the video here, go through and highlight. Like, is this all second America? And when he walks the street and can barely read and barely communicate his feelings, which is almost the usual characteristics of a child from the ghetto, I still have a problem with this word. It makes me feel uneasy. When he asks himself the question, what is my reason for being? What is my purpose? What can I tell himself? These are the thoughts that go on in the mind and really mesmerize me. Okay, mesmerize, amaze, right? Amaze, but it's like a confused amazement. So mesmerize is like this confused amazement. Some people look at me and say, he's just some little N-word from the ghetto that doesn't know big words. Well, true, that might be true, but listen to what I'm saying. I know you don't want to hear about the pain and suffering that goes in that part of the city. I know you don't want to hear about the kids getting shot in that part of the city, but you need to know that in that part of the city, it's your part of the city too. Pause your video. Do you agree with this? Do you agree that we should all take ownership of America? So is it our America? Is it our America? Do you agree? This is our neighborhood, this is our city, and this is our America. And we must somehow find a way to help one another. We must come together, no matter what you believe in, no matter how you look, and find some concrete solution to the problems of the ghetto. One second. Right now, we are at a point of no return. If you agree with that, go ahead and twinkle, meaning like, it's bad. America's bad right now. If you agree with that, twinkle. We're at the point of no return. We've got to make a change because if we don't, we'll go into the millennium in a total disarray. The word disarray means mess. But I believe it's going to be all right. Somehow, some way, I believe in my heart that we can make this happen. Not by myself, not by yourself, but we can live together in our America. This is Lee Allen Jones on November 19, 1996. I hope I survive, I hope I survive, I hope I survive, which is the real America. Snap! We can make it happen with art and spreading awareness about how America really is. Twinkles. Namaste. Good night.